Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. Happy Halloween to all of you guys. Whether you're watching it before or after, welcome to my channel and thank you for clicking on this video. Today is something different for me and kind of a special video because I have 3 guests joining me. They're not going to be on camera, you'll just be seeing me, but they'll be talking throughout the video if they want to, and they'll be trying out some drinks with me. So what this video will contain is kind of 2 different things. This will be a fun new idea for me for the Halloween season. If you guys know me, one of my favorite movie franchises is Friday the 13th, and when I heard that these new drinks, the Angry Orchard Thriller Pack was coming out, I had to get my hands on it because they featured Jason Voorhees. I hope you can see that there on the table pretty good. But what we're gonna do here is I have the movies pulled up on a tier list. The tier goes from Elite, A, B, C, D, and then NA, which means I haven't watched it, which for me is not true. I've watched all these movies, so we will not be using that tier. But I'll be going through these, kind of doing 3 movies at a time. And at the same time, we'll be drinking these drinks. I'll be pouring a little bit out to my girlfriend, my mother, and my father. And we will go ahead and drink these and try them out, give our opinions. And we'll kind of do a little tier list, tier ranking of these drinks as well at the end. So, you know, stick around, grab a drink for yourself, grab a snack. This may be a long one. I don't think it'll be too long, but it'll be a fun thing to do for me with my family and for you guys to watch along with. So, without further ado, let's get started. I'm first going to show off this pack. So here you got the Angry Orchard Thriller Pack. Might be hard to focus, but we'll give it a go here. And it looks like we have Halloween Jason Voorhees type flavors. We have Berry Bewitched, which shows a cabin. Actually, 3 of these show a cabin. So you have Berry Bewitched, Headless Pumpkin, and Sinful Apple. Those 3 flavors show the cabin at Camp Crystal Lake. And then you have a Blood Orange flavor, which shows Jason Voorhees' mask from the new Jason universe that we have going on with the whole Sweet Revenge film and other things happening. So yeah, I'm going to hand this pack over to my girlfriend, if you can reach that. And we're going to go ahead and get started. I think we'll start off by, she's going to open up this pack, we'll crack open our first drink, pour them up, give our thoughts on that, and while we're sipping on that drink, we will go ahead and talk about the first 3 movies that are on this list. I don't know if this is in any order or randomized, but we'll go ahead and get into those. Alright, so here we are. If we can try and get focus on it. We got Sinful Apple. This is one of the ones I mentioned with the Friday the 13th Lake House on it. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a try. That's actually really good. I was worried I wouldn't like these because I'm not a big cider fan, but it kind of tastes just like an alcoholic apple cider, like you know, a cold cider drink.
I was expecting like a Fireball taste.
Yeah, with the cinnamon. Mm-hmm. Not Fireball at all, though. It's really just apple cider.
I don't taste the cinnamon.
It tastes the cinnamon. It tastes like a fizzy apple cider.
So, like I said, a fizzy apple cider. If you guys like, you know, apple cider from your local cider mill from the store during Halloween time, you might like this flavor. But, you know, as we're drinking on this one, taking a few sips, I'm going to go ahead and do 3 movies here. So we'll be bouncing back and forth a little bit. I hope that keeps you guys entertained. It's not all over the place. We'll see. So first up, looking at our posters here, we have Jason X. This is known as Jason Goes to Space. This is a movie where Jason is in the future and he's been like cryogenically frozen like Han Solo, and they bring him on this spaceship, they thaw him out, and he wreaks havoc and he starts murdering everyone on the spaceship. And it's kind of like a regular classic Friday the 13th movie, but it takes place in outer space, and it's very much more campy and out there than the other ones. And for me, I think this movie is a lot of fun. I don't think it's necessarily a good movie. I don't think it's one of the best Friday the 13th movies, but I think it's just a lot of solid fun going on the whole time. There's really fun kills with like when the girl is frozen, the scientist chick. Jason becomes Uber Jason. You get a whole new design with his mask. And we get the last time seeing Kane Hodder on our screens as Jason Voorhees, at least for now. Hopefully he comes back at some point. But, like I said, just a fun movie. I'm going to go ahead and throw it in that C tier. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just fun.
Why the hell would you bring Jason on a spaceship?
That's what everybody asks. when they watch a movie. I don't know if my family, my girlfriend here, has seen all these movies or any of them. I know my dad and my girlfriend have seen the first one. I think I showed my girlfriend the first three. But I don't know how many they've seen, so this may be all new to them, or maybe, you know, it'll remind them of these movies that they've watched in the past. Next up, it looks like we have Freddy vs. Jason, which is one I feel a lot of, you know, modern, you know, just average moviegoers have seen because of the appeal of Freddy vs. Jason. And for me, this one is a really fun time. I really like how they get Freddy and Jason to meet, where Freddy like brings Jason out of hell and resurrects him because people are no longer scared of him. So he has to send him to Elm Street to scare these kids, to bring fear back to them, so Freddy can actually come back and gain power. And then Freddy actually gets jealous because Jason is doing his job for him. I think it's a really cool concept. There's not really an easy way to bring these characters together, so I think the way the director chose was the best way possible. And I think the characters in here are actually a lot of fun. For a movie that, you know, is the 11th movie in this franchise, and I believe the 6th movie or 7th movie, 8th movie, I don't remember exactly, in the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, it actually does a pretty fun job. And the movie delivers on what we all wanted. We actually get to see Freddy vs. Jason. There's a huge fight sequence which has a lot of cool scenes in it. It happens over the span of like 25 minutes, it feels like. And it ends in a way that satisfies both fans, where there's no clear winner, but if you're a fan of Freddy or a fan of Jason, you could tell yourself that your guy won. Like I said, a lot of fun. It's definitely not an elite movie, but it's got to go in the A tier for me.
Can I tell you something about this drink?
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly, it's not as sweet as I expected it, which is good because I don't like sweet.
Yeah.
And it's crisp.
It is, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not too sweet. That's why I don't like seltzers either. But I think it's pretty good. Alright, next up here, it looks like we got the remake. I know there's a lot of fans of this movie, and it seems to me that people either love it or they hate it. For me, I don't get that. I've seen rankings where it's number 12, and I've seen rankings where it's number 1, and I'll never really understand that. For me, the classic 8 films, the classic Paramount 8, are the best films to me. They are the most fun. They're the most true to the character of Jason Voorhees in the Camp Crystal Lake. While this one does kind of hash back on those first 3 films and put them all into one story, which you easily can do, because let's be honest, there's not a lot of story in these Friday the 13th movies. I don't think it does it as good as the Paramount films, you know? I see people who think they do it better, and I understand where you're coming from, but for me, it's just a solid movie. It's just a fun movie. It's not one of the worst. I don't hate it for being a remake, and it's not one of the best. It doesn't, like, move the franchise forward. It's just there, it's just fun, and it's another movie I could watch in this franchise, and for that reason, it's gonna go right in the C tier for me. Alright, well, that is 3 movies. I say, why don't we take a break and get into the next drink? So, what do we have next?
Alright, this one's Blood Orange.
Alright, here we got Blood Orange. You can't see it from mine because I'm drinking out of the can, but it is in fact Blood Orange. That is a very orangish red color coming out of the glasses that they have. She showed the glass to you guys, you can see it. It's very blood orange. And for me, this is my favorite can of the 4 because it's got the Jason Universe mask on it, which you can see right there. And in my opinion, this is the best the mask has ever looked. It looks better here than it does in Sweet Revenge or any of the promo stuff I've seen. So let's go ahead and give this one a chance. It's definitely got an orange flavor to it. If I had to describe it to anything, you know, compare it to anything for you guys, it's, I don't know if you guys ever had this, but there's these Italian sodas, and they make an orange flavor. They come in all different brands, all different containers, but if you look for blood orange Italian sodas, I kind of get that vibe from it. None of these have been super overpowering on like the alcohol. You don't overtaste alcohol. It doesn't taste boozy at all. They actually taste pretty sweet, and they remind you of other drinks like the cider or the soda. What do you guys think?
I'm getting a jello-y taste.
A Jello? Alright.
I like the color. But once again, it's not sweet. And I think that's what I like about it. I could see where you're coming from with the Jell-O,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think it's good. I like it.
All right. So they taste Jell-O. I don't know if I taste Jell-O, but
It's not
If you-
Jell-O, it's just a something, a hint.
hint of Jell-O. So if you guys have tried this, let me know what you think. If you taste a hint of Jell-O. Dan, what'd you think of the drink?
I think it's good. I don't get a lot of orange out of it though. I'm not even sure what flavor I'm getting.
I feel that. All right, so we got an Italian soda, kind of a Jell-O feel to this one. Kind of a like instant Jell-O taste. Not too much orange, but it's pretty good. It seems like the apple was more liked by us, but we'll see at the end when we rank these all. For now, we're gonna go into the next 3 films we have here. And it looks like next up we have the OG Friday the 13th. For me, like I said, I love the original run of movies. I love the original 8. And I think that 1 through 6, excluding one of the movies, which you'll see here probably very soon, are my favorite 5 movies of the franchise. And because of that, you already see where Freddy vs. Jason is going. This movie is also going in that A tier. I'm saving that elite tier for like my 2, 3 favorite. We'll see when we get around there what we end up putting there. But I think this is definitely an A tier Friday the 13th movie. You know, it's not one of the best. It is a little bit slower because it doesn't actually have Jason. It doesn't get right into the action. It's more of a whodunit. And spoilers if you haven't seen it, but it's like 50 years old, so you should have seen it by now. Jason's mom's actually the killer in this one. And while that doesn't, you know, really fit in with the rest of the franchise, it does make it for an iconic movie because you're trying to figure out who did it the whole time through. And in my opinion, one of my favorite things from this movie, it has possibly the greatest jump scare of all time in this film. If you've seen it, you probably know what I'm talking about. So that movie ends up in the A tier. Alright, next up we got Part 2. This movie, also I'm going to throw in the A tier. I think it's a great follow-up to Part 1. I think it has the best final girl in the whole series. I love how she combats Jason by pretending to be his mom towards the end when she like puts on the mom's clothes and she's in Jason's little hideout area. I think that's a really cool scene in the movies. And I think this movie really just ups the action, ups the ante of that first one. There's a higher body count, there's more characters. I find the characters to be more fun and entertaining in this movie. And we finally get Jason Voorhees in the franchise, not as the little kid who was bullied, who's jumping out of the water, but as the actual grown-up adult Jason. Next up, Part 3, and again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but we're going in the A tier. These first 3 movies, they all feel very much the same to me. They all have a little bit of differences, but they're all the same type of classic slasher vibe, going to a summer camp, and there is a killer on the loose. These movies are the epitome of what a summer camp slasher is. They really define the genre. And again, with Part 3 getting a little better than Part 2, like I said with Part 1, we have Jason actually fully on display here with his iconic hockey mask. And once again, I think the characters in here are more fun, more entertaining, and we get more of them, which leads again to a higher body count. We get some characters who are all-time classics like Shelly, even though people seem to hate him. I think he's a lot of fun. And while the 3D effects haven't aged that great, especially coming from the mid-80s, they kind of look cheesy nowadays. I think the cheesiness of them actually kind of adds to like the fun and the feel of this movie. I think that taken out of its time and watching in modern days and seeing these 3D effects where they're not real 3D effects, they're just throwing a yo-yo at the screen or throwing a bow and arrow at the screen. They're just fun and they really add to the whole effect of the movie. So with these next 3 films that I have here, we're gonna go all 3 on the A tier list. Alright, Blood Orange. Pretty good. I don't think it's as good as Apple. But what do we got next?
I think it's better than apple.
You think it's better than
Really?
Apple?
I think it might actually have a real blood orange taste because the more I taste it, it kind of reminds me of the margarita that Dad made for me and Daniela this summer. He made us some blood orange margaritas. And
I'm starting to think it reminds me of an Aperol Spritz.
Oh, really?
I kind of feel
yeah,
that.
I can see that.
Aperol Spritz, Blood Orange Margarita.
Nice.
Yeah, I do get the orange feel, like I said, because it kind of tastes of those classic Italian orange sodas.
No apple.
I feel like these are pretty good drinks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for not liking ciders, they're not bad.
Yeah.
All right, next we got Headless Pumpkin.
Headless pumpkin. All right, this one's got the classic, log cabin on it, or summer camp cabin on it. And then it's got a tree on the side with a face in it. I don't know if all the cans have had this tree. I don't remember that. I'm gonna show the tree. I'm gonna get your guys' thoughts on this one first, because I am not a pumpkin fan. I hate pumpkin flavored everything, so I'm gonna try it after.
I smell cinnamon. I haven't tasted it yet, but it's cinnamon strong. I would say so far this is my least favorite, but I like pumpkin, but I'm not a huge pumpkin fan.
Do you taste the cinnamon you smell?
Yeah, the pumpkin's not too overpowering. I think it's more like the pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like the latte.
Yeah. It's kind of weird for a cider.
I hate the color.
Show the color.
It reminds me of pumpkin pie, which I do not care for.
I don't think I'm
it's
gonna
a
love
no
it.
for me.
No, for you.
I don't think I'm gonna love it based off all that, but let's give it a go.
But you like pumpkin pie.
I do like pumpkin pie, but most pumpkin things I'm not a fan of.
Mhm.
I do taste the pumpkin pie, definitely. Yeah, it's more of a pumpkin spice. I think it's by far my least favorite, but I actually don't hate it.
Yeah.
Like, I could drink it. I'm not gonna be mad if it's given to
Do you
me.
think it smells like cinnamon?
It smells like something I'm familiar of. It's something cinnamon I'm familiar of. Maybe it just smells like a cider mill.
Maybe it smells like that allspice or whatever you use at Thanksgiving time.
It smells like pumpkin pie filling.
It is pumpkin pie filling, yeah.
The only pumpkin I like is my pumpkin roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of tastes like that pumpkin bread. Like pumpkin
Yeah.
rolly.
I'll put it back on that face. I don't know. I hope you guys can see that. We're just having fun here. Alright, next up we've got Friday the 13th, the final chapter. And for the first movie in the elite tier list, here we go. Let's get it up there. This movie is the culmination of what those first three were building towards. And I truly feel like here we have the penultimate Friday the 13th movie. If you want to watch one Friday the 13th movie this Halloween season, and you can only watch one, I would recommend going to this movie. Is it my favorite? Probably not, but it is, the whole feeling, the whole vibe of Friday the 13th encapsulated into one film. It takes place at a summer camp. It is a classic summer camp slasher. It probably has the best characters in the whole series. You got all the kids dancing around at the summer camp. You got the family, which has Corey Feldman in it, hanging out there. This is the first appearance of my favorite character in the whole franchise, of Tommy Jarvis, here played by Corey Feldman. And I just think that all the people in the movie, they do bounce off each other very well. Usually, the characters are very one note in these films. Obviously you have Jason and you have Jason's mother, and you got some fun characters like Crazy Ralph, but usually the characters are all very one note. They come to the camp, they have sex, they do drugs, they drink, they get slashed by Jason, and that's the end of them. But for the first time here, you actually have fleshed out characters in Corey Feldman's Tommy Jarvis and his sister. These are the characters who you follow through the majority of the movie, you follow them through the end, and when the final chapter actually becomes a real thing, and Tommy Jarvis takes down Jason, you can't help but finally find yourself rooting for someone besides Jason in these movies. Because of that, and because I feel like it really captures the vibe of this franchise to the best, it has to go in the elite tier list. Next up, we have Part 5, A New Beginning. And the complete polar opposite of this tier list, this movie is going in the D tier. The first movie in the D tier. I am not a fan of this movie. I know there are people who love it and talk about it and try to defend it every day. For me, it's not it. The whole movie just kind of feels lackluster from the first four. That whole Friday the 13th vibe, I feel like it's missing the whole time through. I hear people saying it's the best vibe of all 5 movies. I don't agree with that. I think it's missing something. It doesn't really feel as lively as the first 4. And then they try to redo the whole whodunit aspect of the first one because, based off the final chapter, Jason Voorhees is dead. And when you finally get to that final reveal and it's Roy Burns, some random dude who you saw in the first 2 seconds of the movie, it just throws away the whole thing for me. I can't get behind it. I need my Friday the 13th movies to have Jason or at least have a Voorhees in them like Pamela in the first one. And that is why I am not a fan of this one. And next up, it's going all the way up to the elite tier, and it's going in the #1 spot because it is my favorite Friday the 13th movie of all time, and probably my favorite slasher film of all time. You know, right up there with Scream and Scream 2. We have Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. And if the title tells you anything, we are done with Roy Burns, we are done with these dumb characters, and we get Jason back in the best way possible with the best Tommy Jarvis. Tommy Jarvis is continued in parts 4, 5, and 6, and here he is played by the great Tom Matthews, who is known for this movie and Return of the Living Dead, 2 of my favorite films of all time. He is outstanding in this movie. He goes to dig up Jason's grave with his friend because he doesn't believe that Jason is truly dead after all the trauma he has brought him, and he sticks a metal fence post into Jason's heart, lightning strikes and brings Jason back from the dead, and from there on the movie is just non-stop energy, non-stop fun. From the beginning where you get a James Bond opening sequence to the very end when Jason is buried in a lake by Tom Matthews, Tommy Jarvis, this movie is non-stop action, non-stop quips. The characters are excellent. I love Tommy Jarvis and his girlfriend, the cop's daughter in this movie. And one of my favorite things is not only does it take the best of Tommy Jarvis and put him in this jail cell and make him try to find his way out to go fight Jason and take him down. It's a revenge story, but it also goes back to the camp, goes back to Camp Crystal Lake, and what it does for the first time in the series is it actually has kids at this Camp Crystal Lake. Usually they're 18 to 25-year-olds who are just lousy characters, and you're just waiting for Jason to pick them off. But now they're young kids who are actually at this camp, and you actually care about them, and it adds a little more gravity and a little more, feel to the film. And I think that that was done very well, and I'm very happy that it didn't shy away from showing kids in this movie. Alright, so that's the first 9 movies. We've got 3 left. I'll take one more sip of this, clear my throat. Definitely not the best. No one loved the pumpkin. Some of us actually dumped out the rest of our drink, but we are on to the next one here. Here we are, Berry Bewitched. Yeah, this one has the tree with the guy in it too. So I think all the cans are the same besides for the blood orange one. So here we go. Show that one off. Berry Bewitched. Very red color, as you can see from the glass. This one tastes most like a beer from all of them.
Really?
Something about it.
I haven't tasted it yet, but my first smell is Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm. It's really syrupy, I think.
My first
Yeah.
smell. So I'll taste
Definitely.
it now. Yeah, I can see what you mean by syrupy. Not thick though, but syrupy.
Yeah.
I think it's a rock and rye, but not as good.
I feel rock and rye.
I don't know.
They might not know what rock and rye is
Right.
from
Yeah.
Michigan.
You might not know it. Rock
Yeah.
and rye is a pop or a soda.
I wouldn't say it's my least favorite, but it's definitely, I definitely have my 2 favorite and my 2 bottom. For sure, I think. And this is not in the 2 favorite. I got the rock and rye soda vibe. It kind of tastes more like a beer than a seltzer than any of these. And for not being a seltzer fan, these aren't terrible.
Yeah.
No, they're not bad.
Yeah, it's okay, this one. There's the cover for you guys.
I don't think this one's bad.
Not bad?
If you can get past the Kool-Aid smell.
You plug your nose, it's good?
I mean, I don't really smell my drinks like that. I just happen to smell it to see. But
I like the smell test. Alright, last 3 movies. Finish up this tier list. And then we are going to rank the pops. Sorry, I'm thinking rock and rye now. Then we are going to rank the seltzers for you, the hard ciders. So let's get into these last 3 movies. Alright, next up we got The New Blood, Part 7. And this one's going to join Part 5 in that D tier. I have 2 movies that are my least favorite in the franchise, and these are them. While I have fun with all of the Paramount 8, I do find these movies entertaining, and I could watch any of these 12 movies any day and have a good time. Just in terms of Friday the 13th, if you have to build a tier list, I think these both belong on the D tier. I think the whole Jason versus Carrie aspect is kind of weird. I don't love the whole Tina character, and I just feel like the movie is too big of a departure from the rest of the franchise to really feel like a good Friday the 13th film. Next up here, I'm just going to throw both these where I think they go. We have Jason Takes Manhattan. We have Jason Goes to Hell. These are both very unpopular opinions because you guys all think that these are the worst two in the franchise. I'm throwing these in the B tier. I think they're dumb, but they are fun. I think Jason Takes Manhattan is a lot of fun. I know it's Jason Takes a Boat to Manhattan. It's so stupid. The title's not real. Whatever. Turn your brain off and watch the movie. It's a great time. And when he does finally get to New York and he's punching people's heads off and there's all these crazy scenes from the Big Apple looking up at Times Square, it's a whole lot of fun. I find a lot of enjoyment with this film. And lastly, the other B tier movie, Jason Goes to Hell. Is it dumb? Yes. Does it ruin the lore of the entire franchise? Probably. Do any of the characters make sense bringing in a Creighton Duke in the, 10th film, 9th film? No, it does not make sense. But if you shut your brain off, just like Jason Takes Manhattan, it's a lot of fun. I know I'm kind of contradicting myself here saying how 5 and 7 don't feel like the franchise, that's why they're in D, and these ones don't feel like it, that's why they're in B. But I don't know what it is when I watch these movies, when I put these films on, these are just my feelings towards them. So you have 2 movies in the elite, in Jason Lives and the final chapter, and then the rest of them all filling in down the list. These are my tier list rankings of these movies. I'm not going to flat out rank them because one day I want to make an actual video that's just strictly movies where I just talk about and rank these movies, not talking about hard ciders and seltzers and shit also, just the film. So we'll get to there one day. This is my final ranking. And so if you were here for the movies, here you go. Take one last look at it. Let me know in the comments below what you think, if you agree, if you disagree. I don't care. Just have a pleasant conversation down below. And after working on this, we're gonna get to this. So guys, I am going to line up all 4 of these seltzers. We got Berry Bewitched. We got Headless Pumpkin. We got Sinful Apple. We got Blood Orange. I gotta try these 2 once more, just to think about my ranking. I got mine in my head. I wanna hear consensus here. What do you guys think is number 4? Kristen? The worst one.
Probably the pumpkin.
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 Pumpkin. So there you have it. We'll put 1 here, 4 here. Pumpkin at 4. Number 3. What's everyone's thoughts?
Definitely berry.
Berry.
All right, so we have apple at 3 for you, and I'm gonna put berry at 3 as well. So as of right now, berry's got 3 votes for 3. I'm gonna do this math in my head as we're going. We'll think about this, see where this all ends up on like a group consensus. So she puts berry. So we got 3 votes for 3 at berry, 1 for 2. Berry's gonna stay at 3. We got blood orange, and I honestly think I got a blood orange too. So blood orange has 3 votes for 2, 1 vote for 3. It's gonna end up at 2. And that means, number 1, the best cider seltzer in this package is the Sinful Apple flavor. This is our final ranking. Me, my parents, and my girlfriend, we have tried them all. We have brought you our ranking. So if you guys go out and get this pack, try them all, and let me know in the comments below what your favorite is and what your least favorite is. If you can only go and get one, if you're going to a place that's selling Angry Orchards, on the tap, and you can only pick one, our recommendation to you is Sinful Apple. So, Headless Pumpkin at 4, Berry Bewitched 3, Blood Orange 2, Sinful Apple 1. Favorite drink? Apple. Favorite movie, part 6. That is our ranking and our tier list of the Friday the 13th drinks and the Friday the 13th movies. I hope you guys had fun watching this. I know we had fun filming it. We're gonna go ahead and finish these drinks off, so I'll talk to you guys in the comments below. Like I said, happy Halloween and have a great day.